Good morning, YouTube. I'm back here on the job again. This should be the really last day of the year for me. I thought the last job was going to be it, but something came up. Although, if you're living in the Midwest, and this video will be up after it came through, we're supposed to be getting a blizzard, like coming in a few hours. So we'll see how that all panned out. But that has nothing to do with this video. I wanted to address what people were saying in some of the other videos about the grade on some garages and stuff, where homeowners had been kind of backfilling before the garage was done. This one is more righter. This garage had to be built up. The mason brought in screenings to actually bring it out of the ground. Still needs some finished grading done, but everything's frozen right now. But this one is, at least it has a 2x4 form, so about 4 inches is acceptable to inspectors around here. I think technically the code book says 6, but as long as you're getting 4, they're happy with it. Nah, you can't even see that. So you can see here's what they do is they bring all this fill in to build it up, and then they dig down the footer, then they frame up with a 2x4. So this is a good one. This is going to save your walls from wicking up moisture. A few other videos I have, a couple of the last ones, I didn't think anything of it because I do it all the time, but the full build video, the big build, that slab was existing, so it had already been kind of backfilled, grass had grown up around it. With it being an existing slab, inspectors usually just let it go, they don't say anything. One of the last couple jobs, though, I did, the homeowner had backfilled before the job even started. I don't know what came of that. If it's on the homeowner, it usually doesn't come down on the contractor. The contractor will be like, look, they backfilled it, that's what they want, and then they'll let it go. As long as we had everything built right, framed up right, and, you know, with the slab out of the ground, I mean, what can you do when the homeowner comes and does some crazy stuff afterwards? So I just wanted to address that. You know, a lot of people had asked about it. The higher out of the ground, the better, because it's less chance of moisture wicking up. And on an outbuilding like this, a lot of times people don't put gutters on, so the eave walls, you get a lot of splashing back up, and you can get a lot of moisture underneath, and then it'll rot. I've got a couple videos showing people that just completely let their garages go. I've seen it on houses too, where they just let it go. It starts to rot out. Stuff starts to grow in there. It gets crazy. If I think of it, when I get out of here, I'll take you guys back to the bunker and show you how high up I actually built my shop to keep it out of the ground. But right now, I got all these walls built yesterday. I got headers ready to go. Let's go ahead and throw these walls up and start bracing everything off so it hopefully doesn't fall down when the blizzard comes. All right, it's about 9:30. See how long this takes. 24 minutes since I hit record. 9:56. Walls are up, headers are installed, corners are all nailed off. I have to get jacks under the man door and get my top plates on, and then bolt these things down. We'll start bracing them off. Probably T-minus 4 hours before the rain starts coming, and I want to make sure that this thing is braced off as good as I can get it before I go, so there's still something standing if this blizzard actually manifests. How do I look? Actually out of the hat and sweatshirt for a moment. Warmed up a little bit, probably because the weather's coming. But I got it about as far as I care to with weather coming. Everything is up. All the walls are up. Everything is plated. Everything is bolted down. Angle braces on, so all the walls are plumbed. My angle brace on, holding those up. Ceiling joists on, so the walls are tied together. I actually took the ridge and tacked it in, put a couple blocks in, so that's all solid now. So if we get wind coming through, it can't really push those joists out of the way. I've had that happen before where, because you got a 20-foot joist that's just toe-nailed in temporarily, the wind really pushes on it, it can twist them. So let's get out of here. We'll head back to my shop and I'll show you how high out of the ground I build it, and really kind of helps to save the walls. Alright, we're back here at the homestead. You can see how high out of the ground I've got mine built. I think that was a 2x10 form. You can see where the seam was. Look at this. Shop dog's here to inspect. I actually did it that way because the yard falls. So I had to stay way up in the back. So by the time everything was built towards the front with the approach and everything else, it was pretty much level. But I was good with that because I would have probably built it up out of the ground anyway. A lot of people will just put like a slab on grade and then put a row of block. That works really well too. I don't like building on those. It just makes things more difficult. But it is a good way to keep the garage up out of the ground. So that's it. You know, that's almost a foot out of the ground there. Probably is a foot out of the ground. So it's starting to rain. T-minus a few minutes for the blizzard. Hopefully we survive. I'll check back in with you later.